Action.
In a continuation from the previous video, we are going to discuss how to print trends. So, from the main menu here, go to the second page, click log, and look, print trends. By clicking print trends, you can select which incident you'd like to print for, circle back around to the print trend summary, and hit yes. Alternatively, if you'd like to print the treatment summary, that's the button just above. In this one, you'll get EKG strips, any running leads as well. In a cardiac arrest scenario with multiple defibrillations, that will be 17 pages long. Next on the list is changing the paper. You'll get a low paper alarm if the paper's out or jammed. The paper is in the vital sign compartment. Lift up this black spring-loaded device and pull down on the doors. As you can see, there is a small roll of paper in. However, we will remove it for the purposes of this demonstration. The paper must be loaded so that it rolls out from the bottom. Slides in, will meet the contacts, hold the end of the paper out, and close it. That is the paper. You will get an error message if the paper is loaded incorrectly. You always want to do a short amount of printing to make sure that the paper is in and you get a printout, which you do. Okay, next we will perform the weekly operational checks. So in this menu here, go to the second page to the gears, which are settings. Go to operational tests and cycle through them. Beginning with the keypad test, click begin test. It's going to allow you to hit all the buttons without them having any actions. So you can make sure that they're all going to function when you need to use them. By clicking the enter button 3 times, you bring the keys back to life and you're good to go. The LED test will test the LED status on top of the monitor. Green will flash slow, yellow will flash a bit quicker, red even quicker. And then the defib shock button. The LCD test will test the colors of the screen. The RFU indicator test is this little button here. It'll go from do not enter to the diamond and back a couple of times. The audio test tests the audio. And lastly, the printer test prints a bunch of alphanumeric characters to test the status of the printer. Next on the list, we will change the monitor from adult mode to pediatric mode and neonate mode. So, from the standard view, you cycle the blue selection to where it says adult. By clicking there, you have 2 options, pediatric and neonate. Changing these will change parameters for defibrillation, vital sign normals, alarm settings, stuff like that. It's very important to do that if you have a patient in one of these other populations. To reset it back to adult without changing it on its own, if you have a pediatric patient, turning the monitor off and letting it reset after a couple minutes, it will default start up to an adult patient. Next, we will change the blood pressure cycle times. Continue cycling that blue selection around to the blood pressure field. Click on that. Once we get in here, it's got default alarm settings. It'll have the cuff mode automatically. You can change it to manual if you wish. Otherwise, automatic. And by clicking the interval, you have more time selections. 1, 10, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 30, 60, or cancel. So the default is 10. You can change it to what you like. Next, we're going to change the lead view. So coming back to this home screen here, you can click the 1, 2, 3 top key on the left. It'll cycle through the different leads, 1, 2, 3, AVR, AVL, AVF, and pads. That's how you cycle that. We can mark interventions. So you can mark treatments and such by clicking the RX button. It'll give you the standard treatments that we have listed here: IVs, aspirin, nitro, epinephrine, narcotics, eye gels, CPAP, nausea vomiting medications, diltiazem, or neb treatments. They're kind of just a broad category. Obviously, eye gel could be used for any sort of airway management. Narcotics could be used for any sort of sedation or pain medication or seizure treatment, stuff like that. They're just general timestamps to say, hey, I did this at this time. Next, we're going to check the battery status and when to know when it's time for reconditioning. If you cycle around to the battery, you can click on the indicator here. Currently, we have 3+ hours on our battery life. It shows you the different symbols. And when it gets to fault or communication failure, we know that we need to put it on the reconditioner. Next, we will look at the wireless indicators at the top here, this little lollipop looking thing. Currently it's yellow because we're not connected at all. When we connect to Bluetooth during a transmission of an EKG or an uploading of a vital sign, it'll turn blue with lines there. If we connect to Wi-Fi at the station, it'll turn to green lollipop, and red means failed, there's no connection. The easiest way to restart the connection if it fails the first time is to shut the monitor off and turn it back on. Lastly, we will talk about changing and removing the battery. So for this, I'm going to power the monitor down. The battery is on the top of the monitor. Simply pull this gray tab, slide it out. By hitting this button here, you can see the indication of the battery showing it's full. And then to replace the battery, simply slide it back in. Sometimes these straps get in the way, you'll just have to push them out of the way.